Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Bill Mabry Online Coaching. Um, I'm trying to get these pop-offs off. We'll get started here in a second on a very important topic. Let me get my clock working here. Kind of messed up here and didn't get quite ready yet. So, okay, my clock is started. Okay, guys, hope you guys are having a great hump day today. This is Wednesday. Looks like starting on Friday, we're going to get some cooling down finally. Today's topic, guys, is I've talked about it before in the past, and it's a topic that's not covered very often, and it's a topic that most people aren't very well educated on. And so, and I've talked about it many, many times, and you guys know that follow me that I talk a lot about hormones, and that's exactly what this topic is about. Now, I published the hormones. First of all, hormones play a huge part in our life. Our body basically runs off of hormones. Everything does. Hormones, hormones are so important that it controls our mood swings. Hormones are so important. It controls our how much body fat we gain. Hormones also control how much lean muscle mass you can gain. Hormones control your appetite, and hormones can also control your fat burning. So hormones play a huge part, but yet a lot of the health professionals just are not talking about it. Well, guys, hormones is the root cause to most everything that goes wrong with the body. And so, in my view, it would be feasible, or you should be understanding your hormones and how to balance your hormones. And right now, it seems like that most Americans or the American public are having an issue with imbalanced hormones. That's why obesity is on the rise. That's why prediabetes and diabetes in the young and older on the rise. That's why we have an epidemic in fatty liver disease and a big, huge issue with young boys and man boobs. Those are all activated by hormones, imbalance of hormones. So we need to talk about that. And so I felt this was so important that I did publish a book. And the book is called uh, Bioidentical Hormones versus Synthetic Hormones, because most of the health professionals aren't really touching on bioidentical hormones. They seem like they'd be touching more on the synthetic ones. The synthetic ones, guys, is what I'm talking about. Are the traditional chemical-based hormones, which have a huge amount of side effects to it. Plant-based is what we recommend. Now, bioidentical hormones or natural hormone is a natural way to have hormone therapy, but you also have to understand that you can get the bioidentical hormones not only from animal-based, but you can also get them from plant-based. Now, what the difference is between the bioidentical hormones and a synthetic hormones is that the bioidentical hormones are mimicking your own natural hormones. Synthetic hormones, which are chemically based, do not mimic your own natural hormones, and that's where the issues of side effects come in. So what you have to look at, you have to really do your research, and this is where the actual book comes into play that I wrote, because not only am I giving you the exact explanation of what are plant-based hormones and what are synthetic hormones, I'm also giving you the science of each of those, and the science is actually stating that bioidentical hormones, natural bioidentical hormones, plant-based, actually is the best way to go and the safest way to go. And so, like I said, if you want that book for free, then all you have to do is email me at billmabrycoaching@gmail.com, and I will send that over to you guys free of charge, because it's that important. You have to understand that. And again, guys, I just got to explain that hormones operate the whole body. If you're having a belly fat issue or a hip fat or issues with the legs, it's all driven by hormones. The hormones that are causing you to be overweight are out of control. Now, what's causing those hormones to be out of control? Well, most of the time it's food driven. And so most of you are eating multiple carb meals per day, causing a hormone known as insulin to be out of control. Insulin is a hormone that is known to store body fat. Also, by having that hormone out of control, you're also going to be having your appetite hormones out of control, and you're going to depress the hormones that are known to help to burn fat. So it's a vicious cycle, guys, and you have to know that, and that's where my book comes into play, because it explains all of that. And of course, I have multiple other books I've published on hormone imbalance and how certain foods affect certain hormones, and actually how certain foods and how intermittent fasting, alternate day intermittent fasting, actually helps your growth hormones, your muscle building hormones like testosterone, to be elevated throughout the day, especially for the seniors out there. Now, I think this is mostly for those seniors out there that are 50, 60, 70 plus. Guys, I'm in the 70 range now. And what's happening here is that age is playing a part. So I'm on the best nutritional plan you could possibly be on, that is actually proven by science to help elevate my muscle building hormones and my growth hormones up to 2,000% higher than most anybody out there, because of the way I'm eating. I'm doing fasting mimicking meals, and I do alternate day intermittent fasting, which will activate an environment known as autophagy, and autophagy will actually activate my growth hormones much higher throughout the day, along with my muscle building hormones. The problem is age just takes over, and that's just how it is. That's natural, that's normal for us seniors, especially for those that are 60 and 70 plus. And so sometimes, no matter what kind of a meal plan you're on, or your alternate day or intermittent fasting program, which may have worked in the past to keep your muscle building hormones elevated to gain more lean muscle mass, age is going to catch up no matter what. So there is a time when you are going to have to actually look into getting your blood test done, having your hormones checked, and making sure your testosterone levels are at a healthy level. And that should be, for my age, around 1,000. It should be at about 1,000. And make sure your estradiol or estrogen is down at a low level of health. That's where you have to be. Now, because of my age or our age, most likely that the plant-based bioidentical hormone is a treatment that, if you want to stay healthy as you get older, and you want to be active as you get older, then you are going to probably have to do this for the rest of your life. But you have to go to a certified doctor who is certified and experienced in bioidentical hormone therapy, especially plant-based, because not all bioidentical hormone doctors are the same. I found that out over the years. So we have one or two that we know. So you may want to contact me if I can give you that. So guys, my time is running out. So don't be afraid of doing plant-based bioidentical hormone if you're a senior that's 50, 60, or 70 plus, because it is safe, and in my book, I have the science to back that up, okay? Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.